Good morning, Vanakkam. Vanakkam. Thank you. Viksit Bharat, as envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, a couple of years before, when India assumed the G20 presidentship, our Honorable Prime Minister came out with a very important concept called Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which essentially means that our youth must be prepared to become a global citizen. In this context, it becomes very important for all teachers to understand that there are 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, and all our projects, our research, our education, our lifelong training, skilling, everything must orient towards at least one or couple of these Sustainable Development Goals. This is very, very prominent today, that even if you go for a simple financing of bank loans, I am sure within a few years, we will have a very well-defined ESG, which is environmental, security and governance. And every project that would be funded has to align with some of these Sustainable Development Goals. And one very important Sustainable Development Goal is education, providing accessible, affordable, quality education for all. And friends, that is the most important thing from an Indian context, because we are the youngest population today in the world, in the age group of 15 to 35. And if we do not do the education properly now, we may become an uneducated nation which will have its own social repercussion. So a lot of responsibility on all of us as teachers to guide the youth who will lead India in the great Viksit Bharat 2047 as we march towards our 100th year of independence. With this as a background, we are looking at three important verticals. One is school education, another is higher education and lifelong learning, and the third is Anusandhan, which is research. The main focus of this event would be on higher education and associated research. As NEP is celebrating its 5th birthday, we have an Akhil Bharatiya Shiksha Samagam organized on 29th of this month. The policy has become extremely important, specifically in this context. One of the most important aspects of this policy is to bring in multidisciplinary education, where we are looking at students from arts, engineering, and management, and all sciences to come together to develop products that will have a good social bearing and at the same time will be aligned to the Sustainable Development Goals. Lot of emphasis is also put on lifelong learning because the technology is changing. Today there is in my opinion, a fear that AI is going to take all the jobs. AI is not going to take all the jobs out, but people who are not adept with AI, who are not knowledgeable about AI, will find their profession much less challenging than people who, much less rewarding than people who know AI. So there is a need for us to continuously keep learning. And the third important thing is innovation and entrepreneurship. Viksit Bharat 2047, if it has to be really Viksit as dreamt by our Honorable Prime Minister, it has to be a product nation, it has to be a patent nation. It also needs very, very strong impetus on startups now becoming global, and a lot of effort needs to be put for innovation and entrepreneurship. So, in a broad sense, if you look at the 11 sessions that are organized in this particular event, when Lakshmanji approached us, the underlying theme is to look at these three aspects. One is multidisciplinary approaches, lifelong learning, how to continue and keep adapt with the technology, and how to become an innovation and entrepreneurship nation, fully supported by research Jai Anusandhan. Friends, I would like to continue, I'd like to finish my talk here. by just giving you one pointer. Higher education, the input to higher education comes from school education. As teachers of higher education, we must also aspire to put our best efforts in developing good materials, in developing a lot more of training modules for the school teachers, because the gross enrollment ratio of number of students who finish their +2 and come to higher education today stands at around an average of 27 to 28%. And the NEP has set a milestone of 50% by 2035. And there is a long way to go, and this is something that we have to look at. The last one is that education has to be inclusive. We must aspire, as Swami Vivekananda has said, if the poor cannot afford education, the education must reach the poor. We must use the technology, we must use multiple facilities that are available, the multiple exit, multiple entry policies given by the NEP, the academic bank of credits, and also that we can do 2 degrees at the same time. So many interesting policies and regulations have come over a period of time, and I think we have to utilize it to the brim to ensure that the education is democratized. Every student, aspiring student, deserving student, get the education that they are in need of. With this, I wish this event a great success. I thank the ABRSM and THETA for inviting me here and also be part of this very exciting conference. Thank you very much and wish you all the best. Let us all work together to make Viksit Bharat 2047, and teachers have a very big role to play, and I am sure all of you are tuned in. Are you? Thank you.